Hey, this is Dan,
Bob,
Eric,
and Dr. Aggro
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots Up Podcast, episode 21. No, don't follow him. He has some sort of fantastic instrument that lets out a death sound.
yes!
That is the best sentence I've ever heard from an old science fiction thing ever. Just read it again. No, don't follow him. He has some sort of fantastic instrument that lets out a death sound.
That's a good reason not to follow someone.
It is. It's from an episode of The Twilight Zone where a man killed aliens with a harmonica.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's
fucking
America.
incredibly stupid and awesome all at once. And they were fucking wicked looking aliens. These weren't like normal, like, ooh, look at us, we're normal, just bipedal aliens with the suction cups. We didn't try that hard. No, their faces were fucking... Okay, like, you remember Shadow of the Beast? That dude's face in the intro?
Yeah.
Kinda that.
Okay.
Kinda
Did
that.
he have crab hands or anything? Like,
no, I forget what the deal with their hands was.
I didn't see their hands.
He punched one of their faces because they looked human at first. Just ceramic broke. And then when the pieces fell, it had that head underneath it. It was pretty fucking wicked. I was like, I like this. But then the guy was like, oh, and he passes out because of shock. But then, they fade into a scene of him just promptly getting up out of bed and being okay with it and not terrified. And it was like,
yeah,
what the hell, Twilight Zone? Well, presumably they're in space by now, at least. He passed out they're still on Earth.
Huh.
How many seconds was he passed out and in that bed? 2.
Exactly 2.
So I don't... I'm getting this out of the way now, so that way I don't have to transition smoothly into it later. So, I tweeted about it earlier this week. I sort of went blind in one eye.
Oh, okay.
And it's this thing called retinal migraine. If you Google that, you should be able to bring it up. They don't know what the cause was, but it was enough for me to go, fuck, if this ever happened in the middle of a quick play, I'm pretty fucking worthless. And as awesome as it sounds to sit around for 50 fucking minutes waiting for that pass, yeah, so don't expect that many quick plays. Let's plays should be fine. I don't know. Maybe we'll do reviews. I keep saying that as a joke.
I'm more worried about you when that happens when you're driving.
See, I can pull over. You can't pull over quick plays.
No,
yeah, you can't.
You can derail them.
Okay.
But
you can stop.
See, that's the thing. The whole thing occurs in the length of a quick play. It's like 20 to 30 minutes. Quick plays are totally that short, right?
Yeah. So you can end it, Dan. You can end it all.
I can end it all? Where's the plunger for that? I want to run outside the Giga Shed, pull the plunger, and the whole thing Super Mario style.
You just kick it a couple times.
I didn't realize how cool that was until way later in video games when we didn't have people blowing shit up. Like that epically. You don't see Kratos run outside of Athens and just pull that shit.
Yeah, and Mario kills
Ares, eat a dick!
Mario kills everyone in that castle. You don't see an evacuation sequence. All those fucking Koopas
Oh god,
and
he got the
Goombas are
robot castle.
That's terrifying. They just start crawling up out of the... I actually did think of that once, where it'd be funny if, they just started crawling up and Mario's like, oh, fuck. That didn't kill them, runs.
Turtles have shells. Oh, shit.
So yeah, my, I don't know what GigaBoots throughput's gonna be. I'm currently working on, cause I lost vision and I had to tackle the, what if I'm blind forever thing, or what if I get really bad in the next 6 months? And I'm like, well, I don't want to spend the time I got left making internet videos and video games, so I guess I should finish the script I'm working on and film a fucking movie. So that's what it looks like we are doing. I'm going to try to do as much GigaBoots while doing that, but that's definitely, the priority here. I still want to do podcasts. Podcasts are awesome.
Are they?
Everyone's giving me this look of really, I wouldn't say they were awesome. I would say they're alright.
There's a reason it's been, 8 years since I've been on the podcast.
Get out of here.
Our podcast the one where I swear at Bob while he plays video games?
No, that's quick play.
That's every day.
That's another element I'm not sure we ever officially got into explaining in any format whatsoever of okay, so Bob and Aggro have completely opposite schedules. And then on top of that, the equipment's at my house. So I'm like, okay, I can have Bob and I can have Aggro. I can't have Bob and Aggro. And I honestly feel like the quick play formula worked best when it was like all three of us.
The trick is that we all need to be 19 again.
Okay. I
Eric, I need you to get on this.
All right.
You're the one that went to college.
It's true.
On
I'll
you,
get
bro.
right on that.
either
With
make a
my
chemical
English
or a
degree.
time machine. We prefer a time machine.
Conjugate a verb so flawlessly that it
to
tears
warp
the
space
fabric
and
of
time.
space-time.
Is this DBZ?
I believe it is possible. It is called the Divine Gerund.
That was one of the dark arts that they warned against in my classes.
Your professors were of small mind and meager vocabulary.
They do not the wonders of the dark alphabet.
Is somebody turning someone
Where
right now?
Y is always a vowel. Behold the S set.
Hey Bob, I like video games. How about you?
Be right back. I have to go write a series of books.
Whoosh. But yeah, so look forward to a movie from us sometime. Apparently, everyone's ready to act for free. So.
Look forward or dread, whatever your deal is.
Look forward or dread.
Either way, dress warm.
Either way, dress warm. It's killed 5 people, so dress warm.
GigaBoots is making a movie. Remain calm.
So Aggro, you went to a
Yes.
con.
I did.
What was that con again?
Anime South.
Okay, how was that?
It was Anime South.
Tell the
That
microphone.
was. I know everything about this con now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Basically, I went to a hotel,
Uh-huh.
and there were dudes, and some of them were dressed funny. And then I went to rooms with a bunch of dudes, and they talked a lot.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I killed 11 people.
Did you wait? Okay, back
And
up.
then I learned
No,
to play mahjong,
oh,
which
that
was
on
really
the
cool.
schedule?
if you could back that up.
What's up?
11? You killed.
Okay, if you want to get technical,
Okay.
2 of them were killed by the police.
Aggro. You can't kill people. That's wrong.
They were at a convention. They knew the risks.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you see their costumes? I was doing them a favor.
So, it was all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had fun.
Because I got to tell you, as they said, I found out before Bob that Bob was all surprised, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't let Bob know either, but I didn't let him know for like days. We don't know how long Aggro didn't let him know.
Yeah.
So Aggro's still the dick in this room.
They're like, hey, Anime South's happening. And I'm like, have I not been mentioning this for months?
Wow, months.
Wow.
At least a couple.
Yep. No, I don't even show up on that scale. Unless you're one of those assholes who's like squiggling out like 100 to 400
Like, I think I
on
might
your
have known
fucking line graph.
late October, maybe early November. The guy who runs it called me up, and he's like, hey, we're doing the con again. I'm like, shit.
Like they do.
Yeah.
Did you get in for free? Is that
Yes.
Okay, so that's why he called you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone who ever attended.
Aggro was a founder of the con, so he bought one of the packs. So I think to some extent they probably legally owed you that.
I don't know. He could have like called it Anime Flouth or something and gotten out of it.
This isn't the same thing, man.
That's not.
It's Anime South. Go away.
Why are you using all the same marketing material?
Pay me dollars.
That's the same
I'm really,
mascot.
like, they
oh
didn't have
please,
it
all
for a couple
anime
of
looks the
years.
same. Damn it. He's right.
They didn't have it for a couple of years. I'm really glad they did because honestly, outside of work uniforms, I have not bought a shirt for myself in the last 10 years that wasn't from Aardvark Tees. And the only place I ever get those is at conventions.
You know, I talked about going blind earlier, and that is probably the most depressing part of this podcast so far. Good job. That only took like 9 minutes to top.
Look at my t-shirt.
It's
It's awesome.
You're right. Actually, it is really awesome.
Okay. I agree that he would think that.
Yes. We all saw this coming. Eric, we're here because we love you and we want you to get help for yourself.
Stop liking my t-shirts. God damn.
Pretty gay, dude.
I went blind for you. Appreciate
We're never
this.
gonna hear the end of that shit.
Dan, I can't hang out today. Oh, I see. Oh, wait! I don't! Just to make it clear, because I've made it clear to everyone else in this room how this works, and to people on the internet, they're probably like, "Whoa, this guy is taking this too well." It's because I told you to Google this thing. Good, now that you've done that in the 0 seconds that I gave you. Yeah, it's bright lights or something. They really don't know. But it'll start as a small dot, and then it grows like to the size of my eye sometimes, not every time. And it's red, flickery, and blurry. So it was great because they were scared shitless, because the more likely scenario in the eye socket of a 26-year-old male is like some fucking horrible shit of like, maybe he's got glaucoma, a bursted blood vessel, or death. Maybe he's got
sort
some
of new parasite.
You almost had glaucoma?
Well, they were like, okay, these symptoms line up with these 3 way worse things, and those are way more likely.
Is glaucoma worse? Because all I know about glaucoma is it gets you good pot.
Okay, well, Aggro here is correct. Speaking of which, since it's the first of the 2014, Happy New Year, fan base. Woo! Happy New Year to the people in this room, too, but you're all joyless assholes who can't say it at the same time as me, so fuck off.
You just said it out of nowhere, you bastard.
You should have seen the lips. Look, I didn't grow this mustache so you couldn't follow along.
Would you prefer me to always stare at nothing but your luscious lips, Dan?
Fuck yes. Let's do this.
It's a bad moment when you realize that someone is not only a psychopath, but completely in love with you.
Or his own mustache.
Or in love with your
Bob,
mustache.
finish growing your mustache.
Never!
You are the only one here with that one, and it's embarrassing.
Oh.
Also, grow like a full Van Dyke.
Full Van Dyke? What? I don't... Okay. Well, in any case, 2014 now, Colorado and maybe some other states, I don't fucking know, but Colorado at least, pot stores started opening. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think
very
last
few.
I heard you can sell an ounce.
Yeah, something like that. And it's just, recreational. People can just fucking buy it now. And I was reading a news article about these people going to go get it. Some of which suffer from PTSD, and others of which just wanted some goddamn pot.
Right.
Like
Which
you do.
the funny thing is, they were like, okay, this person bought an 1/8 of an ounce of pot, and then these 2, I forget what they were. I believe they were brownies, but they weren't. It was something in that sect of edible desserts.
Right.
And they had pot in them, and the total cost of it was $60. And I'm like, I'm not up to date on the cost of pot. But that seems like some pretty fucking good savings. Most likely. Like, there's a really good chance that by legalizing it, the prices just completely bottomed out because the risk...
By legalizing the price, either if it goes down, it's because we have enormous ass pot farms, because that shit's easy to grow, but it's apparently hard to grow well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start getting some Walmart brand pot, and it's gonna be shit.
Okay, well that's the thing.
true
That's
value
already
pot.
that's already a thing. There are already people who sell weak ass pot out on dem streets. But I think a lot of what it is just the volume of pot sales were inherently going to be so much higher that they're like, well, fuck. Our margins were like not even 300%, way above that, like 3,000% before we can afford, I don't know, 500% and then just sell 300 times as much. So I thought that was really neat. I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. And, when you hear enough of the things like he was just talking about, where it's the medical effects of pot, you're just like, pot sounds pretty fucking awesome.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Said Aggro and not...
like, pot use is way the fuck up. I was looking at some statistics, which is always a great way to start a sentence that anyone will ever believe.
No. That's not the correct phrasing. The correct phrasing is research shows...
According to a recent study,
Yeah.
apparently teenage drinking and other illicit drug use is way down the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But pot's up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because when you think about it, eventually the propaganda of like, pot will fucking kill you and murder your
Reefer
parents.
madness.
Yeah, exactly. Once
Oh
the reefer
my
marijuana
God.
Go crazy!
at some level, everyone's like, okay, well, all the rest of these actually do fucking kill you.
God, pot being Schedule 1. You know why we did that? To get rid of all the damn Mexicans.
What?
20s or 30s, I think. I can't remember exactly. We had a bunch of Mexicans in the country. But then we didn't need them anymore because we'd finished rebuilding after World War One. We did all this not rebuilding, but we did all these civic projects and shit, and we needed a bunch of cheap labor. Well, then we didn't. So we're like, how do we get rid of all the Mexicans? The Mexicans seem to like marijuana. So we made it illegal.
Oh. That worked perfectly. Thank God there are no more Mexicans.
It was a government project, so like they put one guy and like your job is to get rid of marijuana. He kept calling up going, "Are you fucking retarded?" He eventually got like the FDA director down there. I think it was the FDA. The government agency shift around in that period.
Right.
But like he's got him in a car and he's like, "I want you to understand something." And he pulls over next to a bridge and he gets out. And he just points left or some shit. And there's just pot.
Yeah.
Because that shit's just grass. It just grows here.
It really
He's like, you want me to outlaw this?
You fucking idiots! I always find that the most amusing part of the war on drugs. It's when it gets to the pot level, it is effectively a war on
God
grass.
damn it, the war on drugs. Fuck you, Reagan.
The war
Fuck
on
your narc ass wife.
But I want to be a winner. I want to win at things, and winners don't do drugs.
Nancy Reagan was a narc, man.
Nancy Reagan, you narc ass witch. So now that we've had a pleasant conversation about weed, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
We have
I
3
wanna see the
topics to go
Colorado
into.
We do
tourism
have
numbers.
3 topics.
We have 3 pegs to hit before we're done.
I'm sorry. Ever since a coworker told me about a thing, I'm not okay with using that word.
Oh,
like
what,
that.
pegging?
So in any case, hey,
He hates
Eric,
Simon
what's?
Pegg.
Yes, he does. Now, Eric,
Pegboard.
what is your topic?
My
Because we
topic
assign these to
is-
people.
Peggle.
Today, Dan and I were just hanging out. We decided to go into a restaurant.
A tropical smoothie.
And that restaurant had advertised non-meat chicken. Guaranteed no meat, no GMTs, and no pesticides.
no GMOs, no
GMOs.
gluten,
I don't know.
no pesticides, and no something else. I
No
forget.
meat.
And
No meat. It is not
right.
meat. And Dan, who was not going to eat
because
something,
Eric's
decided
got his
experiment
food.
time.
And he's sitting down and he sees that sign. It's just there. And he's like, hey, Dan, look, non-meat. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. I didn't get anything to eat. I was just enjoying my smoothie because I don't go to McDonald's to... Good joke here. So, so I walk up to the counter.
Behold the writing process.
Dude, the movie script's a fucking mess. It's like that every other second. Kill me. But no, really, I walk up to the register and I'm like, I don't even know if you guys could do this because you haven't informed me as a person to order this, whether or not, like, what that goes on, what that can replace, because there are things it clearly couldn't. I'm just like, I'm going to aim for the
want a
thing that
non-meat smoothie.
most likely,
I want non-meat chicken and non-waffles, please.
like, they have deli sliced meat.
Uh-huh.
This was not that, so I knew at very least, like, I shouldn't order one of those and ask for it, otherwise it would be a fucking nightmare
was
when
like
they give me
chunk
that
chicken.
sandwich. Yeah, it's like chunk chicken. I was like, okay, so I gotta stick to things that look like chunk chicken on there, otherwise this is gonna go really south. So I'm like, okay, I'll get the chicken pesto flatbread. Guys, I've eaten every veggie thing offered by a mainstream fast food restaurant thing. I've eaten Burger King. That was the most disgusting motherfucking thing I've ever eaten that pretended it was meat.
Did you ever find out what it actually was?
It's like some fucking nightmare made from tofu.
Probably tofu.
It's not normal tofu though. It's
Yeah, because
gross.
tofu is not bad.
Like imagine it's got the consistency. You know how when you put oil on gum, it dissolves?
No.
No one knew this?
No one knows these
Okay,
things.
yeah.
I hear you can do that to chocolate.
Gum base, oil, boom. That it makes it the bonds break.
Huh.
Yeah,
The bond
so-
is broken.
The
Imagine
bond is
gum
broken.
dissolving in your mouth into tiny little gum
Right.
chunks.
But okay, so since that doesn't help, so imagine slightly pre-chewed gum that was in the form factor that, like, say bubble yum comes in, where it's like, okay, so mixed with saltwater taffy, and you just bite into it, and it's too resilient.
Why would it
And
be
it's-
that gooey?
It's not that gooey. It's that level of resilience. So, like, in saltwater taffy, you have to bite really far for it to start tearing, right? chicken doesn't feel like that. This shit was gross. It was horrible.
I just saw him take one bite and just like, this was a mistake.
I was like, no.
I have done something
it's
wrong.
The worst part is they did such a fucking NASA grade job with how it looks, which makes it even worse. If it didn't look like chicken, it might not be as gross, but it looks really fucking close. Like, you take a bite of it, you show it to someone, it looks like how when you bite chicken, the layers of the flesh come off separately because it's chicken and there are fibers for the meat. But it doesn't taste anything like that.
How do you invent something that doesn't taste like chicken?
Like the texture. Right? And the texture. You would think something that physically looks like something would obey the texture of something that also look. No. I mean, I'm not even talking flavor. Texturally speaking, it was nothing like how it looked. And it was gross. It was so gross.
It was
Did
cognitive
it taste a
dissonance
little
for your
bit like
mouth.
it?
No.
Okay, I didn't.
No, because, like, here's the thing. At that point, what would even accomplish that?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Like, we've pressed that hill where now it sounds so horrible, I have to try it.
Right, I mean,
But, like,
this is-
I want to go get one of those and then, like, pop in The Legend of Chun-Li and just see if I can convince myself to commit suicide.
Well, I watched Cop Out the other day, and that didn't get me, so I think I'm down for... No. I started to make the joke of, I'm down for watching that movie and eating another one. And no, my stomach lurched. It was just... Ugh.
Yeah.
It's horrible!
Yeah, put
it
in
was
something-
like I ate a sandwich full of gum!
Right? Like, that's
I'm sitting
Lovecraftian
there-
in its scale of disgusting.
It is. I honestly, this has to be what 3D printed chicken tastes like. Because we've gotten to that point. We're working on making that get out of the uncanny valley. Because it's close enough where it looks correct, but it tastes fucking wrong. So it's ultra gross.
We're almost at Star Trek, only disgusting.
Yep. Everything at this point and for the next way too long is getting over the uncanny valley.
Like, you just got the little tray where it comes out now. It's like, can I see it being made? You really don't want to.
You want to eat that?
I saw them make a pizza. I
And it-
didn't want to eat it.
It's like, okay, I'll show you. And then the kid's horrified and he's like, good job, son. Today you're a man. And then he comes in and he goes into his bedroom and his light's on and his dad comes in and turns the light off and closes the door. And then he's like, can I see how he's made? And there's just some person there and they're like, okay, kid, you already saw the food. And then they show how they 3D printed his dad before he stepped through the doorway, flesh layer by flesh layer. And he's like, that's less scary than the food.
I can just imagine, like,
At
can I
least
see how
I-
it's made? Yeah, all right. Just does a little motion in the air, unzips reality, and a hell mouth opens, and he just pulls out a tray of this chicken. There you go.
Yeah, that's how the chicken I ate was made. I'm fucking certain. I'm telling you guys, if you ever want to fucking, like, I want to know the depths of despair, just order a fucking sandwich full of this shit. I mean, people hate the veggie burger at Burger King, and I actually like that.
Is it a black bean thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's usually pretty good.
Yeah, it's got...
But it's not
black
pretending to really be meat. It's saying it's black beans. It's into a patty. This is like,
But,
it's like
but
meat,
that's the
but
thing.
it's not.
It does have texturally. It's kind of like a soy.
Okay, but like they're
meat
not
burger
like
thing.
There's not an element of lying, I guess.
Kind of. I don't know.
They do call it a veggie burger.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
like they call it, it's the Whopper, but with no meat.
With non-meat. What is it? Non-delicious.
It's not trying to replace
Fucking
the
mega
burger.
chicken.
It's just offering you an alternative. This is like, it's the not meat. You don't have to eat the meat, and it's great. It's like, oh, no, you're wrong.
Like, I mean, here's the thing, though. Like I would agree with you guys, but the most disgusting part is that it looked like, it's not even that it looked like chicken. It was that it looked nothing like what it texturally felt like in my mouth. I look at it, I see fibers, I see something that should feel like meat,
Right.
but I'm eating gum.
It's like if you look at glass and you eat
Disconnect
it.
will drive you insane
Yeah.
after a while.
Like, he saw me just get covered in despair.
I can see it emanating off of him.
I don't get why you'd make a meat substitute like so hard to look like meat. Because who is that marketed toward?
I guess
Not Dan, i.e. the sighted.
Yeah.
Maybe people who are just trying to ease on to the no meat thing. I don't know.
I think those are the people who are most gonna.
We're like, this looks
Yeah.
like meat. Maybe I'll have it.
Like, if you're not eating chicken for health reasons, you don't care.
No, they tried
If
to
you're not
make
eating
it
it
a
for
larger...
moral reasons, then why are you eating something that looks just like flesh?
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, that's sort of.
But I thought vegetarianism was, to prevent undue suffering.
You take all that suffering onto yourself.
Come unto me, suffering. Okay, so we had 2 more topics because I handed each of you one.
I had the Penny Arcade one.
Okay, you had Penny Arcade. So Penny Arcade, this may have happened before our last podcast. They actually announced they're fucking rolling shit back. They are cutting it out with the Penny Arcade TV. They're cutting it out with the Penny Arcade Rapport. Yeah, this happened before the last podcast.
I heard
just
about
never
the
thought.
Rapport one. I didn't hear about the TV one, honestly.
Yeah, they're cutting off
Yeah.
all their YouTube stuff.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
just cutting off everything that isn't the comic. And some people have characterized this as midlife crisis for Penny Arcade. They're they went full flung into a midlife crisis and just started canceling things out of a weird identity crisis. And I'm like,
I think
Okay,
starting those
if-
things was the midlife crisis.
yeah, I think a wiser man would look at that and be like, well, they did those as an idea of how do we as a brand have more control over getting money and branch out, and then they realized none of this actually matches up with our image, though it is cool things that our fan base would also like, and we're also not making money. I mean, you got to think their cut of that was so fucking minimal compared to the traffic that they were dealing with.
Yeah, because how many
Not a lot.
people actually went to Rapport or to TV?
I think
I
a fair
don't know
number
the
went to
numbers
Report.
on Report.
Report.
Oh, I did that time. Earlier I didn't.
Yes.
But that time I didn't.
Cool.
I
Bob
did
followed
it again
you.
because I was like, maybe that's what it's called, and I realized it was just a Colbert thing.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. It reads like fake news. So,
Yeah.
it reads like ironic news a lot of the time. The PS4 controller
really
is
just
so
bad
good.
news.
It feels like sex for the first time. It feels like holding a boob. And I'm like,
Feels
okay,
like first time sex?
somebody said that. I don't think that was Kuchera, but
That's wow.
someone else said that. But yeah, I just...
Feels awkward and desperate and a little disappointing.
Or it's like a cheeseburger, sloppy and hard to get in your mouth.
Yeah. That was a little more enthusiastic sounding than I meant it to be.
Yeah, that reminds me of...
cheeseburgers.
Sloppy seconds.
That reminds me
What are
of...
you doing to that
dicks.
Big Mac?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, he's stuffing it. But yeah, I really see this as they because we're grown fucking adults. We divest the concept of this is a company and brand names aren't people and companies aren't people. A lot of people don't, which is fucking terrifying. Every time you come across people who are like, no, I think Blizzard did this because they believed in the concept of a game with a market in it, so there wasn't any bad China gold diggers. And I'm like, no, I believe Blizzard believed in the concept of a margin. I believe they found it in their hearts to believe in
Maybe
that.
individuals within the Blizzard beast,
Reasoned
like
with themselves to sleep at night.
But the company, the behemoth known as
I believe
Blizzard,
the guys
likes
calling
money.
the shots at the company designed to make money forced everyone designing the game.
Yeah, so in any case, Robert Koo, he runs shit around there. I'm pretty sure everything they do is as a direct result of him doing some numbers and telling them, hey.
Oh no, the reason they are successful at all is because of that man.
No doubt. But on top
He
of
is
that,
a
the
business
PATV,
god.
the Penny Arcade report thing, that was... I don't think Penny Arcade would immediately leap to the concept of we should cover news. That doesn't seem like a natural leap for those two individuals. Because I think both of them don't give a single shit about news.
Well, to the extent that they can make a comic out of it.
Right, which isn't really giving a shit about news. That's like, we need to make a thing.
Like taking a shit on news, right, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, let's throw this at, like, this is the pasta, and our brain is the wall. Let's throw.
All right. See if the news is done.
But yeah, so I just wanted to, what do you guys think? You think that's about right? Koo probably just looked at the numbers and like, this isn't working out, and we only have so much manpower, so...
There's that.
What do you?
I mean, it's mostly just kind of sad because you're just like, well, some people like the Penny Arcade Report, and some people like some of the stuff on, but like the things on the YouTube channel are still existing. They're just going a little bit elsewhere. You have to click more to get to them.
Should start doing that anime character thing where you get the Vaseline and the bandages and just wrap it around your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you punch?
My hand does that. It's not good.
So Dan got partway into that sentence, and I thought it was going somewhere good. You should probably do the anime character thing where you get the Vaseline, and I'm like, what? No, not on the podcast. What?
Not now, Dan. Not now. That's how you sound. No, it isn't. I'm like Aggro's now listening to every podcast. I don't sound like that.
Like Richard Nixon, but very tired. Goddamn calling him.
Gives a fourth of a shit.
Not a crook.
I'm not a crook. Oh, come on. I don't sound like that. But in any case, were you going to make comment on that?
Well, I mean, if I'm theorizing about someone's motivations, I always have to sort of take the outside line that either Ku is just he has kidnapped Mike and I can never remember their real names. Jerry, there we go. Has locked them in a basement somewhere and is liquidating all of Penny Arcade's assets for a mad dash supervillain-esque run to Malaysia.
Okay.
Or Mike and Jerry have secretly fired everyone themselves. They're like, we're going to move back into Gabe's parents' house in his garage, our whole families, and we're going to make this comic old school. No tablets, no nothing. It's now an MS Paint comic.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew Hussey is going...
From your perspective as a fan, how does this come across to you of like, we're removing these things?
As a fan, I was like, what are these things even doing on this site?
Right.
Because I click them once in a while, and I'm like, okay, what? This is... Okay, I don't think this is for me.
Well, like you were saying, you were like, some people like the Penny Arcade Report, some people like PATV. PATV, I think most of it's been acknowledged that it's going to be picked up elsewhere. Like it's going to be
not picked up,
extra
but
credits. It's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going with the show, just not have the exposure from the Penny Arcade site.
Right. What exposure that there was, yeah.
But of course,
I know they're a hugely popular site, but they weren't on the.
They put it on the main
on
page
the front
bubble.
page.
I mean,
yeah.
It was visible on their main page.
Right.
So,
but there's that sort of tunnel vision of I don't come to the site for that.
Yeah. Well, they're always going to be those people.
Yeah.
Bob. I mean, that's sort of understandable. Every time I use my can opener, I don't sort of look at it with an open eye of what else could this do?
Really?
Can this be a masturbation tool?
With enough Vaseline.
Not now. Not now.
You can actually do a surprising amount of shit with a can opener.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Regardless, I'm just glad Extra Credits is still going, and if you don't watch that show, I hate you. Because it's good.
Because Eric's better than you, because
I
he
am
watches a
better
show
than
that is
you.
optimistically about game design and various other things.
Yes!
Anyway, with PATV, I need to
You're
ask
a monster.
It's
I
not,
am a monster.
It's not, or the part that's actually Penny Arcade, two main guys in the office.
You mean Penny Arcade, the show?
Is that what it's called? Is that part's ending,
The
right?
series.
I think that's been done for a bit.
That's been kind of done for a while, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
they
never
did 2
went to another
seasons, I
season.
think.
2 or 3. I think
3. Oh, that's right. Those ship. Sorry.
They're what?
Okay, so hi. Dan's super critical of cinematography and production techniques. So when you switch from the best in the industry, 2-player productions, to some random fuckwits,
Oh, okay.
I get angry.
All right.
So season 2 and 3 were made by those shitbags, as I was about to say.
Okay.
Because 2-player production comes in and they're like, hey, we did this fucking chiptune music festival documentary. We did this other documentary. We're doing fucking Minecraft next. We did an Infamous documentary. We're going to make a documentary sort of thing for you guys. And they're like, oh my God, that's awesome. And they're like, okay, we're going on to better pastures. Bye. We're hiring some shitbags. It'll be fine. No one will notice. I noticed. And I mean, it wasn't like I looked at the credits and I'm like, it's not them. No, it was like the camera wouldn't fucking settle down for a single fucking second. It's like parody levels of reality TV shows of they're always like super zooming in and out. Like each cameraman can't figure out which one they are, whether they're the zoomed in one or the pulled out one. And they just keep switching. So every cut, they'll cut to a shot, and because that asshole was fidgeting with his zoom in the middle of it, they cut to the shot, and for less than half a second, it's sitting there, but then it zooms. The whole thing's a clusterfuck, and that's all I'm saying about this. I fucking hate season 2 and 3. So in any case, yeah, those have been done for a while.
Noted.
Look what you did.
That's okay. He could have brought up Cop Out. So I saw Cop Out the other time.
No, you didn't.
Cop Out is a fucking... Okay, real quick.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
gonna
This
be.
is a shorter list. There are so many fucking continuity errors in individual scenes, just camera angles. Like, the gun's in whose hand now? The plot has so many plot holes. It's like, didn't they take their guns and badges? Why do they have guns and badges now? I understand they could own guns, but there was no scene to establish that. And they can't own badges. They don't have a license to be police officers even after being fired. That isn't a thing. And there's so many things in the movie like that. I think by halfway through, it was mostly me and Bob yelling at the TV to make sense.
But I found it amazing. In the very first scene, they managed to get that gun to switch hands 3 times without actually...
Yeah. Different camera angles just kept switching whose hand was holding the gun. Because it was
amazing.
It was clearly a scene that was improv, and I don't know what they were... Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Cop Out was amazingly bad. I can't think of a movie that bad I've seen recently. Can you?
I watched Game of Death last night. Oh,
Did a gun switch hands 3 times in a single...
no, but that movie stretches so hard to use scenes from old Bruce
But
Lee
see,
movies.
here's the thing, right? That movie set out with malicious intent.
Right? This is true. I mean...
I respect that more than what this movie did.
I think there is a cut where it's just
Yeah.
It's part of a
whatever they had
documentary
filmed.
that you can find. I got to see that before I got to see the regular cut, as they call it.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, between me and Bob, I'm the one who had actually seen the terrible nightmare they made
like the
called Game
cardboard
of Death.
cutout.
Oh, God. That's...
I love Game of Death. It's so shit.
I
I'm
love
like,
when they...
it took me a minute. I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to choke Bob to death. Oh right, that's what they did to it.
Yeah.
So you haven't...
I haven't seen the like.
Oh,
the
you
full
need to
man,
see
you
that.
need to.
insane one.
It's
When they-
fucking incredible.
When they use the actual scenes of the movie, there's this guy he runs into. And he talks, but there's no audio. They left him talking, or Bruce Lee talking to some dude, but they didn't have audio for it. So
Because
he
they
just
couldn't-
yeah.
They couldn't suss that into the script that they were
Right.
ramming into this old movie.
It was like, he could say anything. This is just another random dude he has to fight. He could literally say, I'm gonna kill you, Bruce Lee. And that would have been enough, but they didn't even bother.
But he wasn't actually Bruce Lee
Oh,
in
right,
that
you're
movie.
right.
He was some made up name like Jimmy something.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Kudo.
I don't think
Yeah,
I had a
Jimmy
last name.
You got it. How'd you know it was Jimmy Kudo?
It's always Jimmy Kudo. It's always been you, Jimmy.
Jimmy. Acha, acha, acha.
Why is
I
that
like
what made
Indian
the
music. What do you want to start something? You don't like that Bollywood shit? We about to fight. So okay, what are you?
I'm remembering why I haven't been on this podcast.
Why haven't you been on this podcast? You don't find out buzzwords. Because I bring up Bollywood. Bollywood's like after Cop Out and Game of Death. I think that's a good step up. And
It's the kind of
moment.
It's when you make a reference that reaches into the back of my mind and stuff
and
that I
yanks
had
out shit that you have
repressed
subdued.
that I had seen and didn't want to ever see again in my mind's eye, and you bring it to the front of my brain where I have to think about it, and I just...
I keep these two around to do that to me.
You ever seen that one Bollywood stunt where a guy's riding a horse and he sees like a semi truck in front of him? So like he does the same thing you do on a motorcycle, where you just sort of spin it down and slide under the truck and then like pull the bike back up. He does that shit on a horse.
It is pretty
Like
amazing.
he's riding the horse, it cuts, and then he's on this big stuffed horse they're dragging under the truck. And like now it's a real horse, and he gets back up and keeps going.
That's incredible.
It's fucking amazing.
My
These
God.
people need to be supervised.
Okay, so I need to, before we make that other movie, the one about time travel and death machines, I need to watch a lot of Bollywood on here. Okay, so what was topic number 3?
Oh right, so
This has to do with the Aquapazza
Aquapazza
quick play.
I went back and I watched that. I watched you motherfuckers play that game. They're like, oh, I wonder which schoolgirl character I should pick. I'm like, no, pick the Evan Kugel. She's so awesome.
What's an Evan Kugel?
Okay, so Uto and Erumono is a very contrasting anime. By this I mean the first half is pretty good, and like the last act is complete and utter batshit insanity, and it's awful.
Yeah, I've run into animes like that. They're always
And,
awful.
like, since it's an anime based on a tactical RPG,
Which is also a
slash
hentai.
hentai game. So you've got like the cat girl race, right? And then you've got like the other cat girl race. Those people are slaves. Then you've got like the angel race, and then the bunny girl race.
So which one's the wing ear race?
The wing ear race are the Evan Kugo.
Oh.
Okay, you remember in Rurouni Kenshin how his master talks about how Hiten Mitsurugi is like there's only ever one guy who knows it because it's the ultimate fighting technique and it's there to shield the people from sorrow so that if anyone amasses too much power and he's a douchebag, he can just go kill him. He just decides wars and he's the final authority on everything. The Van Kugel are pretty much that. They're this like secluded warrior race, and every time a war starts, they like pick a side and go, justice is on your side. Here's a warrior. You're gonna win. So you fuckers are like, I wonder if I should pick multi, and I'm like, God damn it!
Well, I don't know. After playing, I actually played as that character a good bit. She's hard to use.
Yeah,
Book Girl
I
is the
saw
best
that.
character.
Yeah, Book Girl
Girl's
was amazing.
insanely unbalanced.
Books
I love it.
everywhere. I really wanted to see you guys pick Fan Dude. I wanted to see how he controlled.
Fan dude.
Dude
He's
with
not.
the mask
Oh,
and the
okay,
fan.
yeah. He summoned. What was it? He's the one who summoned that giant thing.
giant fucking wolf beast.
Yeah,
Was that right?
That's some sort of giant wolf
Like
or something.
Mononoke sort of
He
thing.
summons
of
that
like,
thing?
Yeah.
And some girls riding it.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so-
interesting. I'm like, that's her wolf.
And then he's got some sort of counterattack.
Yeah, Utama Mono. It's a show I'd recommend to anyone who's already seen a lot of anime and is ready for a show to get completely bad by the end.
I watched Cop Out, so I was ready for it to get completely bad in the first scene. I sorry, not to shift. I knew that movie was going to be bad, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know it's bad when Joseph Nealon, Kevin Smith Ford Deluxe,
Uh-huh.
extraordinaire, says, I didn't watch it. You know he just had to have heard some terrible, horrible things. So, okay, those are the three topics. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about random shit that happened to us in the last week, games or otherwise. Yeah, but I've seen Eric. That's how I know.
His hair is slicked back exactly like this. Well, not exactly, but it's slicked back. He does seem like a middle-aged, disappointed, like, looking down at the crook of your nose, slightly.
And he's the scariest motherfucker in Hyrule, and he'll drown you.
Key elements of Eric's dad, really.
Yes!
I mean, these really are the highlights. A quick description and his mode of killing.
The best of Eric's dad.
It really sounds less like a description and more like an APB.
I feel like
He's the scariest motherfucker in Hyrule.
one day I could tell my dad this, and he will just not understand.
That's pretty good. One day I told my parents that every time their romantic song clock that came on and played a really soppy love song from, I don't know, 80s.
Yeah.
Like every time it kept going off in the middle of a rated M for mature, bloody, violent LAN party, I kept turning towards Bob and telling him, Bob, I really appreciate you as a friend, and you just mean so much to me. And they just could not get why that was funny. I was like, see, because we're gay.
Dude.
No? Okay.
I don't-
Maybe when you die and people replace you parents, they'll see that that's... Okay. You're still so scared that Steve's gay.
Yeah.
You can see that.
I mean, I'd buy Veronica, like, getting paid to be his beard. Yep.
You see how gay my brother is, right?
You all see this, right?
I'm not the only one, right?
Like somebody got into his Facebook and made the "I'm gay" announcement. It's like, it's kind of funny when it happens to some people, but I've got too many people already kind of on the fence about me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that happened.
If you masturbate to another man, that makes them gay, right?
Yes. Because they were beautiful enough for you to jerk off to. That's clearly on them.
Exactly. If they weren't gay, you wouldn't have been attracted to them.
Yeah. Aggro's been
you all right?
incapacitated.
It's just causing a whole new moral quandary.
This is basically the Ganondorf dad thing, but for him.
Are you trying to wonder how many men you've made gay?
I'm trying to legislate this.
Huh.
Crack did an
Yes.
article about it was the 30-second rundown of what the Constitution overturning the Defense of Marriage Act means legally. Have you ever seen that one? Remind me to pull that up for you.
Sure. I'm not going to remember that. And since you're not going to remember that, I think we're pretty doomed on that. But maybe you will. So, Bob, what have you been playing?
Oh, we're doing that now. Okay.
I didn't say we weren't.
Oh, no.
We started like half a minute ago
Whoa.
when we were talking about how many men Aggro's made gay.
All right. Let's see. Games I've been playing.
You suck.
I've been
Aggro,
playing-
what have you been...
I'm sad now.
I wish Bob played some games.
You have to always be closing, Bob.
It's true. Aggro drove here in a Volkswagen Beetle. That is who the fuck he is. Who the fuck are you?
You're a nice guy. Fuck you.
I think I
So,
missed
Bob, what
something
game
here.
did you play last
Join
week?
the club.
I played some Gran Turismo. Is that okay? Is everything okay?
That's fine.
Yeah, what game did you play?
Only one? Okay. I guess I only played Gran Turismo.
That's
I
not a
guess
game,
that's
That's not a game. That's the joke.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah.
played some Battlefield 4.
Okay. So, how's that? Is it working?
It seems to be working now. I do get into games once in a while where it's like there's like a little bit of lag,
Okay.
like constantly.
Yeah.
Which
that's one of the listed issues.
Okay, at least they know that's going on then. And there's still some audio cutout issues, but it's only
Yeah.
when you first start the round, and it's like, well, whatever. I
Yeah.
spawned in a vehicle. I don't need to hear the brrrr. That
You don't?
I don't. It doesn't.
I
it doesn't,
really feel that helps the mood.
It doesn't. It completes the experience.
Oh yeah.
I can't play that game without like listening to music. So once my music unlimited subscription runs out, I don't think I'm playing that until they get MP3s working in the PS3.
Well, you could just set up a boombox.
I guess there's that. I don't have a boombox though.
Well, buy a boombox.
Big silver number.
Grow,
Like 1982.
grow an
straight out of
afro.
Compton.
What is this? How does the afro help?
It's
sound
really more going to be
quality-
like a Jufro for you. You get like a total Jerry curl.
It's like a subwoofer on your head. It just the sound goes in there and vibrates your head, and you get better audio quality.
Oh, okay.
It's not how any of the objects in play function.
Actually,
at all.
it eats the crossfeed. You don't get nearly as much crossfeed from the wrong channel. The afro stops it. It eats the
whoa.
sound in between
That's
your ears. Yeah.
pretty crazy.
It eats the sound in between your ears.
Yeah, as it passes from one side of your face to another.
No, I just-
There's a horror novel in there
Right?
somewhere.
Oh, no doubt. He has an instrument that makes the death sound. Yeah, it's the same fucking thing.
Fantastic instrument, Dan.
A fantastic instrument. God,
Also,
that was so awesome.
with Battlefield, I've now installed China Rising. I got that. I know it's
Sorry, every time I'm like, China don't care. In any case, you were saying?
I guess there's no way to just immediately go to the new maps. You just put it into the cycle. So
Is that-
if you get into a cycle that doesn't have those maps included, you aren't going to go to those maps.
Oh, that's not good.
Not really.
No,
I have to
because-
wonder if they have it worked out differently for Battlefield Premium owners or not.
I imagine the worst part of this is when some person who doesn't own China Rising gets into a game and then he just gets booted.
Right?
Once
I
the
don't know
server
how they
turns around
mitigate
to-
that.
I don't think they do.
I'm thinking there's some servers that are always running without China Rising. I think that's how it works. And sometimes just hitting the quick play will go to
Right,
that.
which I mean is neat, but if there aren't people there because everyone who's playing Battlefield past a certain date is the super hardcores,
Yeah, eventually I might not be able to play this game unless I buy the rest of the DLC, which isn't going to happen, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen for me either. I hope there's a large enough audience on PS4 that, much like China, don't care. Yeah, so... Is that all you've been playing?
I did play a lot more One Piece. I've almost beat that now.
Okay, so how's that coming along?
That's still really good. That's like a really good Dynasty Warriors.
So since the only, I was going to say, since the only people who give a shit are Dynasty Warriors people, like, grade it on scale of Dynasty Warriors. Like, what's better than it?
One to Dynasty Warriors.
I think I would think
Now to Lubu.
it's way better than Fist of the North Star Dynasty Warriors.
Good.
Way better than
Yeah,
that.
it looked like a good Dynasty Warriors.
Right? I mean, I would even like it. It's somewhere between Samurai Warriors, like that whole series. I count as a one thing, really.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I guess
it's like one game.
Because one felt really different. I thought because they had the things like the castles and you had to go
special
on sneaking
routes.
missions.
They tried,
right,
and then for some reason Japan didn't care about their own history.
right. What happened?
But they
there?
loved the Warriors games. I don't get that at all. But in any case, you were saying
Yeah, so I'd say it's probably better than those.
better than 2 and Forward.
Yeah, 2 and Forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
Okay.
So I mean, that would put it like right below Dynasty Warriors 7, 8 territory.
Yeah, the good Dynasty Warriors. Like,
Yeah, because 6 is that. Yeah, I can just go down there, sink to the bottom.
fall straight to hell.
Yes.
You know. I had a Chinese doctor who checked out my eyes, and I'm like, okay, how do you say your last name? And she's like, oh, it's John. And I'm like, okay, so one more time, and she's like, John. And I'm like, okay, I'm curious because I played this game that recreates Chinese history, and they murder it. I'm just gonna let you know right now. Right? Fucking every game they're winging it.
Cow cow, sow sow, sow mao.
Meow meow, meow, meow meow.
No,
I'm like, oh no, it's Super Mario 3D World! Get me out of here!
He's coming, and he wants chicken, and he wants liver.
You better deliver.
Oh my God, Zhao, please deliver.
Chow meow. Yeah, meow meow meow.
Meow 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 meow.
I would totally mod Dynasty Warriors to replace all the sound clips with meows. Spoken by humans unrealistically. Meow 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 meow.
No, Lubu, no.
So I'm gonna assume that One Piece Warriors 2, this game you just played,
Yeah, that's
is nowhere near as good as how Hyrule Warriors is looking.
Hyrule Warriors is looking really good.
Of the 15 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, no,
Yeah.
just make,
No,
like,
I'm not
this
even.
is how Dynasty
I'm not
Warriors
joking.
look.
I'm not
The
joking.
gameplay loop is that small. So
I'm kind of like one thing that is the worst part of One Piece Warriors, in my opinion, is there is no English voice acting, which makes playing a Dynasty Warriors really annoying.
really fucking hard, yeah, because
Yeah.
you've got people giving you constant information about the battlefield, but you're fucking looking at people who are trying to kill you.
Right, and you're trying to read that, and then there's like other messages like secret item appeared here, and it's like, come on, guys, just
Look,
settle down.
We'll dub it for you,
But-
and we might even say Chang right.
I understand that is an actual problem, but years of elitist training have ground into me. Bob's complaining because he can't read the subtitles fast enough. Bob must be a bitch.
Here I thought you were taking it up to the next scale of Bob's complaining because he's 26 years old and doesn't know how to read Japanese, that fucking idiot. Or speak Japanese. Hear, interpret Japanese.
Yeah,
There
but
we
if
go.
there's no English.
But yeah, with Zelda, I have to wonder because
Link,
no
what's your
talking.
position? Link.
No, it's gonna be something along the lines of Ganondorf's troops are coming down from the north gate on this side. We need to stop them before blah.
It's more of this would be the first time there'd be voice acting in the Zelda, and that'd be really weird to me.
No, not exactly. CGI.
Join me, Link, and I will make your face the most famous Ikora die. I still
Also,
every
it'd be-
day.
I'm waiting to hear Link going, "I am a true Hyrule warrior." After you kill 1,000 troops, obviously.
No, he sounds like Link from the cartoon. He's the Red Planeteer.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you
he's
say, princess.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, Ganon.
I really just want several different voice clips of people shouting, "Holy shit, it's King Tatanka!"
What was the name of the sword at the end of Majora's Mask? That thing's fucking made angry,
Fierce deity.
deity. Yeah.
that giant
every
double
time I'm
helix
like
sword.
angered god sword. But yeah, no. Holy shit! Yeah, fierce deity blade.
What I think
Because it's just the sword floating along the field out for blood.
what I
It's
think
just
is
flying,
interesting
stabbing people.
is that
Shoo!
with Skyward Swords, Nintendo really wanted to make the swordplay feel cool and realistic and match 1-to-1. And then in 15 seconds, this Dynasty Warrior's like, I want to be that swordplay Link all the time ever. I want it now. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shit on the combat in Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess. I haven't played them. I stopped at Wind Waker. What I am going to say is I'm pretty sure I'd choose the Dynasty Warriors combat system with proper items and shit. And I'm gonna walk away and stare at Bob's hand.
Well, it's gonna be.
don't wanna look
I
at
think in
those.
the end, it's gonna be
It's too late. My eyes are stuck.
the version of Link's with the best combat is gonna be the Dynasty Warriors, Soul Calibur, then the rest of Zelda's.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Soul Calibur's cheating because you can't even move him properly.
Yeah.
It's like, good job. He's great at swordplay. He can't walk. It's like, is that really that much worse? He can't jump.
I contractually can't claim that any game mechanic design is better than Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
I am not allowed.
Your childhood has you on a pretty strict contract, yeah?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, at the point at which you figure out how to Z target without zooming in and shoot an arrow while falling, you can't.
Is that like
You're in the relationship too deep.
that's the 360 no scope of that generation?
Oh, that reminds me of something I heard that I think is a little crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently, a Titanfall developer said they're doing something to try and negate the efficiency of no scoping and quick scoping. And I'm like, well, you could just make it.
No-scoping's just going to Borderlands it and make it falsely inaccurate.
Right.
And quick scoping, you just turned off the heavy aim assist that was in your game for. So, in case I know you two don't have heavy experience with Call of Duty, and we have a rather weeaboo fan base. Not an insult. It's a compliment. We
You know who
appreciate.
you are.
Yeah,
You
I've seen
fucker.
I've seen the view count on the Aquapods at Quick Play. Don't even
Yeah.
pretend. So
Look,
in any
man, that's the
case,
best game. That's game of the year.
Book Girl's Character of the Year. Maybe we'll look
really
up her
gotta see
name.
too hard.
You know, we got Aquapods right over here. I'm just saying
Shit.
you could try it sometime. In any case, I forgot where I was going with this.
Something
Anyone
about
know
we
the
don't know
last
about the
few words?
CODs.
Oh yeah, okay. So in Call of Duty, say if I was aiming a little bit to the right of your head and I hit L1 to aim down the scope, he'll just fucking snap.
So it's a bit of
Yeah.
auto assist. Or aim
Well,
assist.
that's the thing. Traditional aim assist isn't that. Traditional aim assist didn't have aiming down the scope.
Huh.
Traditional aim assist was if I was hitting down and I was next to you, it'd also curve it to the left. That's what traditional aim assist was. And then once we started getting scoping as a mechanism in these things, they realized, well, you know, he's got the cursor right next to him. He needs to shoot the human being, not
He
like
needs to-
shoot
Right.
the sky to
He needs
death.
the murder of the other. Sir.
So,
It's something that's definitely been a hallmark of the Call of Duty series.
yeah,
of-
because people game it.
Right, and it's something, or it was introduced in their single-player campaign. Okay, this is how you can take out troops really fast. And it's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, Call of Duty really brought that to the table. So hearing that they're gonna nerf that is like, so you want to piss off all of your fans? Please go on.
But then in the same sense, they're like, well, people will be moving so much faster in this game. It's like, no, dude. Maybe you don't know what the fan bases are going to do to that. It doesn't matter. As long as they can no-scope or quick scope, they're going to hit those guys. It doesn't matter how fast those guys are moving.
Right. I mean, to some extent, mechs aside, those people move fast, but they don't move drastically.
Yeah, it's
they
not
aren't
like they're unreal.
Yeah,
they're not moving 80 miles per hour.
right, and making people throw up who are wearing Oculus Rifts.
We're playing tribes.
Yeah, it's not that. So at some level, it's still gonna play like Call of Duty of run around a corner or shoot a dude. It's gonna be really dumb gameplay to some extent, and trying to take away the scope assist, I don't think that's gonna mesh.
That is very directly with sniper rifles, not with other guns. That's what they were talking about.
Okay, so this was
Yeah.
exclusively in the realm of snipes.
Right, because that's where those terms are related to.
Well, scope assist works on every gun ever, but yeah,
Right, but when you call it a no scope, it's always a sniper rifle.
right, but if
because
you're
you don't-
looking, if you hit L1 to bring up the scope to do the aim assist, you are inherently scoping. But But yeah, but I don't care what the community calls that.
All
That's
right.
fucking stupid.
I see.
That's the scope mechanism coming into play. But whatever. But yeah, the gaming, I could see why. I don't know if a game like this plays well with sniper rifles. to be
Yeah, I
perfectly
haven't
fucking
seen sniper
honest.
rifles in it yet. I'm like, maybe sniper rifles aren't there.
It would be smart to not put sniper rifles there. I can't remember. Like, if sniper rifles are there, I want them to kill in one shot.
Well, yeah, that's
No, they're Call of Duty sniper rifles that don't kill in one shot, and it pisses me off a lot. But in this game, it's super essential because they move faster, and like all I'm thinking about is what game does this sort of remind me of now that it has these elements? Warhawk. I was okay with that because it was like, you're dead.
Yeah.
it's a
You got
nice.
sniped in Warhawk. It was your fault.
Because that shit's fucking hard. You didn't have the controller on your side even. That thing was a turd.
What was friggin' sniping with tanks in Warhawk? I was so sad when Starhawk took that away from me. It was like that was the reason I played that game. That was fun.
I followed Dylan Job. Lightbox Interactive came over from Warhawk and founded that studio. I follow him on Twitter, and every day I just like, why am I following this guy? He created Starhawk. It's like everything I loved out of Warhawk.
God, I came so close to hitting a guy in a jetpack with a tank. That trophy was almost mine.
The Battlefield has some moments like that, which that's why I
they
keep
turned
playing
into
it.
commercials.
Yes, just going with an RPG and actually lining up a helicopter shot from a mile away and just right so the helicopter is like, oh yeah, going along and hits it perfectly.
Yeah.
God, one time I hit a Jeep across the entire fucking full zone map with the rocket turret. Can't log on to Jeeps or lock onto Jeeps. I'm like, he's going behind that hill. I'm never gonna hit him, so I just go to the other side of the hill and poof. Kill.
See, for me, Battlefield moments are when I'm on the top of a building and there's just a bunch of fucking people in the one good level with the skyscraper that falls down.
Okay.
I'm on top of a building, not that one, but next to another spawn point. Not the shopping mall area, but the opposite side of the map. Yeah.
Whatever the underground
B,
area
I
is.
believe it's called B. Yeah, so it's the opening to the underground area. A bunch of enemy troops are storming that, and I'm trying to keep them out of there so my guys can get it. So I'm sitting on top of a nearby building, sniping them. And then I see like a group of 3 start heading for the elevator that leads to right to where I am. I'm like, I know how this ends, and I just leap off of it, parachute right before the ground. I get to the bottom, they're in the elevator riding up, so I just sit there and wait. Then the elevator comes back down. I get in the elevator, I ride up. They're now just in my position sniping. They knew I was there when they headed up, and I'm like, God, you got... and 4 fucking guys die. I'm like, that was just stupid.
I love like spawning on squad mates who are doing. They're a sniper on top of a random building.
Yeah.
I spawn up there with my rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's always fun. Like, oh, I didn't come for this, but here's this. That looked cool. Shit got blowed up.
The last Battlefield moment that I had was in Halo 2.
As Daniel flew back a decade.
It's been a while since I played a first-person shooter.
Well,
Oh, what?
you didn't miss anything.
All right.
No, really. I think Battlefield 3 is significantly better than most of the things that came before it.
Yeah,
I don't think 4 is that much better than 3, though.
Yeah, 3 and 4 are pretty like samey,
Yeah.
which is disappointing. After
I'm glad 4 reintegrates some of the stuff from Bad Company series, like the destructibility.
yeah, the
Like, it's
destructibility and being able to like hit buttons to do things in levels. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like boom, we're gonna pop up these rails to stop people from driving in. Like that's cool. That game launched like I forget. I don't know how many lawsuits are currently going against EA because of the quality of that game.
Right.
Like their stockholders are suing them, among other people.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second, you sold these people a game that wasn't done, like outright.
That never happens in this industry.
No, this is like the shining example of this shit didn't work for a month.
This is after they've released SimCity like that too, so that's amazing.
Yeah, which is why the stockholders are ultra displeased. And in this case, you would like to think, well, maybe it's just the multiplayer. And
Every time someone says
Conceivably.
the stockholders were displeased, I just think of a bunch of men in top hats and monocles going.
well, that's pretty accurate. But in Japan, they go coo coo coo.
All right. Fact.
Fact. I watch the Shark Tank. I know these things.
Okay.
I am a smart man with many
With
sophisticated
eclectic tastes. Okay.
So yeah.
One thing
So
I
that's
still
what
feel
you've been playing.
that series is missing is you can't drive the giant the battleships anymore. Which what the heck?
Oh.
What the heck?
You could drive the battleship.
In 1942, you could
the
just
original
break that
Battlefield.
game, drive the battleships anywhere you wanted.
Just up on that beach. Unleash hell.
Could you make it fly in the air like Yamato?
But see, the amazing
Oh,
With
thing
the right
is,
mods.
I believe that wasn't like the home spawn that did that. I believe there were like extras that you could do that with.
You could do it on both.
Okay, the thing with the home
eventually-
spawn is if you rammed enough planes into the side, if people kamikaze planes into the side, you can move the home battleship off of its own spawn point, and they would lose it. They would just... Like, the game was coded, so that way it was like, the boat's not there, no one's occupying this, they lose it. So then people are in the water, like standing on these tiny boats they brought to it, killing each other to stand in this circle that's arbitrarily out in the middle of the water.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is perfect. That's what video games should be. Did you hear about Just Cause 2's multiplayer mod?
No.
There's a mod for Just Cause 2. They made it an actual product you can buy on Steam. 1,500 person multiplayer.
What?
That exact madness I just referenced is everything. Like, the whole point of it is just fucking crazy. Because the Just Cause 2 mechanic is this grapple hook that you can attach to two things, and then the physics and craziness. The whole thing's it's fucking mayhem in there. I don't even
Sounds
own,
pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't own Just Cause, but I'm so fucking interested because it's 800 plus people easily that are just running around being fucking maniacs. Like, you're trying to get money doing all these weird things, and then a plane crashes into the baseball field or whatever you're fucking doing. Just like, oh, I was trying to, make a good money, working hard, and you crashed a fucking jet.
It sounds just like what Grand Theft Auto Online should have been.
Should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that was really disappointing.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Because not only do I not give a shit about Grand Theft Auto Online, I don't want to pay money for that game. That
Right.
game's fun, but only at a simulation level.
It's like it's one of those things you can throw in for a little burst, and then it's like, no, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
I don't care about the story that much.
Yeah, I don't. You know what Shinobito 2 needed? Fucking level creator.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just right behind you, and when we podcast,
You know what?
I have to stare at it.
Shinobudo 1 had
Shinobito? What did Shinobito 1 have?
of level creator.
Oh, wow, did that come here?
No.
Aw.
It came to Europe only.
Fucking
Fuckers.
Europe.
I bet their dub was fucking terrible.
It was.
Because it was, like, no joke, like, American voice acting sort of took off because of the anime industry, and as such, gaming got those voice actors. Europe doesn't have that shit going for them. They're 1990s anime voice acting level still.
Where like half of them were just theater kids that picked up this job on the side.
Daniel just got something triggered in his head that reminded him of something else. I'm like, wait, no.
Okay, it wasn't
No,
an
some
aneurysm.
game, Overblood. Overblood got a sequel that only came to Europe and has blown out audio from how bad the dub is. Oh god, this is all coming back to me.
That is the thing that happened.
And Overblood was amazing.
Peepo, no!
People know. An earthquake goes off, and I guess, like, no joke, in the script, they thought Americans wouldn't know what an earthquake is because not everywhere in America has earthquakes.
All right.
So the guy,
Alright.
when the earthquake goes off, he drops a thing, but he drops the thing, and you just hear, like, I want a thing to drop. Okay, there we go. A case for a game. And it's like, starts shaking, he's like, oh, I dropped it because of the earthquake.
Doesn't Didn't he say nothing in the Japanese version too?
Yeah.
So it was even more of like, whoa, man. What? We don't need the script direction. There was clearly shaking.
What?
Okay, like
Overblood is a great
I
game, and
accept.
I feel like if we do a Let's Play Passway to the Samurai, that's it. Because that game is fucking stupid. Are you okay over there, Aggro?
it's one of those moments where you have to look at the creator of something and just you take a moment before you open your remarks to think, okay, one of us is incredibly stupid. That has to be the assumption here. Now to find out which one it is.
Eric, you've been playing a lot of Dissidia and Dragon's Crown, is that right?
Thanks for spoiling it. No, but guess what?
What?
I knew Dan was playing Battlefield 4 because my Vita told me that I just have now. I have a Vita now. that I've been
Eric
playing
has a
stuff
Vita
on.
now. And I
Where'd you get
fucking,
that? I took
I
it from the
shit
people
a
I
brick
killed.
when the PS4 told me you were playing a game on the Vita and told me what game it was.
Yeah.
Because the PS3 doesn't do that. It's like this fucker signed on for some reason. It doesn't tell you who's playing a Vita. It doesn't tell you who's on his Vita. It doesn't tell you who's playing a game. It's just, dude, Tom's been on for 8 hours. You should message him or something. What's something?
I was just weirded out that he was online at all. I mean,
Yeah.
Eric's ever.
I don't.
But the Vita just does it for him.
Yeah, it's just there. It
He
happens.
doesn't
I'm
make
here.
the choice to get online. It just is.
It's crazy when I see people. This person's on. Future.
Because yeah, your
Because my
last
most
console,
next gen console was
was
the
a Wii.
Yes,
and that was the whole last gen.
that was all last gen. That was what I had.
Good job. You missed the uncanny valley of functionality.
Yes.
Once we get MP3s in for these next gen consoles, but you want a Vita, and that has MP3 support.
Oh my God, it
and
does.
You
It's
can do custom
great.
soundtracks on pretty much every game.
But yeah, no, and I mean, I wasn't planning on playing Dissidia, but then Dan was like, "We should play Dissidia," and that started the sickness again.
Yeah, it was basically
What
that
is
same
wrong
thing
with you,
that
Dan?
happened in the tropical smoothie place of being like non-meat, and me being like, you monster. Dissidia, you monster.
Pretty much, yeah. No, I've played Dissidia, all told, days, weeks worth. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
And,
You're well over a week.
But then I got Dragon's Crown, and that's been going pretty well. I've been enjoying it.
You're playing as what
Sorceress.
class?
I've
Sorceress.
decided to be Tits McGee, and it's been working out pretty well. Everything just kind of dies, and I have a skeleton army and tits. So
I mean, that's
Can't be
really
bad.
everything you need in
that's
life.
really magic tits skeleton army done.
Right. Magic
And you
tits,
got them all in
magic
one package.
tits.
I know.
So that's just even more convenient.
It's amazing.
You don't need that SimCity setup where you're supporting other economies with certain like, okay, I have a lot of tits. If you cover the magic, he can cover the skeleton. No, you got all three.
All of it. Man, I am one happy person.
You were rocking at SimCity 4 style.
I am. What?
That. So Dissidia.
So does Idia.
How far in? Hours?
I beat all of it. Well, not all of it. I beat,
Okay, I
I
was
beat the main.
gonna say
I
at a
beat the
certain
main.
point you're a sick puppy.
I beat the main campaign of like the new
Of
Dissidia
everyone.
Duo
Oh, okay.
Edition
Duo
campaign,
Edition,
and then
yeah.
I beat the old Dissidia game. So now I'm on
Okay,
like
so we're at the same part.
open world area. I still don't have any character at level 100 yet, but I'm getting there, and I'm basically like leveling up the boss characters or the enemy characters
Yeah.
because they're fun. Because all I've been doing is playing as these fuckers the entire time. Why would I want to keep playing as these assholes? I want to be the guys
one
when
of
it
them's
plays metal
Laguna.
music when I win, okay?
Just saying, Laguna.
Okay, Laguna's cool.
Kafka Roth.
The Thongstress?
Yes. I was gonna say,
But Golbez is a straight up player. I mean, he's awesome.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. You don't fuck with Goldbez.
You don't. Shake that ass. Let me see what you got. Now shake that ass.
Fucking. The reason why I have people at level 100 is because I looked up that tip online for heavy leveling.
Yeah.
So you may just want to do that.
I don't care, and I actually want to play it, the game.
I don't really. At a certain point, you're gonna hit that level of chaos where it's just like this is
Okay.
a brick wall of difficulty.
See,
Fuck you, game.
I just want to enjoy and unlock the character's abilities, except for Ultimecia, who can shuck a dick. Because, goddamn it, at
She
no
can
level,
shuck it. You take a
no-
shucker.
at no
Really?
level
Ah.
is she.
I've seen dick shucking
I've
on the internet.
tried.
It's not a thing.
Wow! What the?
I really want to get into.
No.
I have tried to like playing as Ultimecia, but god damn it.
I really hope that's just a blowjob from a chick with a lisp.
Yes, you do. You hold on to that hope.
Okay. I'm gonna keep
You know who
doing
I really
that.
always wanted to see as a playable character in Dissidia?
What?
Ozma.
That
The marble? The orb?
Yes.
Well,
It's just,
honestly.
like, press X to status effects.
Yeah, no, there's the boss characters and then there's the true boss characters.
Oh.
Like Necron and shit. Like,
shit.
Ultimate Weapon versus Ozma. I want to see this.
Jesus.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking neat if we had like the next Dissidia, like say they made it one ever again, which would show that they have any brain
Yeah.
at that fucking company. Like one of them among all their employees, one whole brain. Like if they just rub them all together. You would have good guys, bad guys, and mecha guys,
And then
so you would have-
Zeromus versus Emerald Weapon.
Exactly,
Ammo
Ruby
weapon, I don't
weapon,
know.
shit like that. We just fucking they're giant mecha kaiju battles. It's fucking
How many
great.
playable characters are there, Vivi? And no, it's just Vivi.
Sweetie, stop. you want other characters?
I don't understand what the fuck.
Like some kid who's really into 4 who never played 9 is like, dude, I got 2 really into 1 who never played 9. It's like, yeah, I got 2 characters for my game. It's like, no, that's fuck it. No one played 9.
I love 9.
Dude, it was the weirdest thing. I forgot the huge gap that was between 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And then, like, I knew the tiny amount between 8 and 9, but I forgot how much later 8 was. They were like, holy shit, we just made a lot of money. We gotta make another one of these. Make sure the main character's extra mopey. They loved that last time. And then they're like, you other people, make something less offensive. They're like, okay, Red Fair! And they're like, wait. Oh, they're gone.
It was really more
Rat
like
people.
okay, like all the tech shit worked in 6. People like that. Maybe it was because really well written. I don't understand what you just said. So we're gonna do all that again in Final Fantasy VII. Lightning in a bottle. Okay, we're gonna keep on with the mopey leather bullshit in Final Fantasy VIII. Like okay, then God came down himself and he said, make the purest and truest Final Fantasy game ever. And they're like, okay. And then they made 9.
I thought that was just the main guy who makes Final Fantasy decided that he wanted to make one more real Final Fantasy.
Yeah, what did I say?
Now, quick question. You played, I assume, an extensive amount of 14? Or some amount?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've played
a fair
14,
amount.
yeah.
Okay. Which character do you think they would take? Because I hate Shantoto. She's stupid and stupid anime. Which character should they take from 14? Because I'm thinking the Admiral, because she's bitchin'.
She is pretty fucking awesome.
What's up?
So is the
I
dude
don't
from
play
Gridania.
Yeah.
And also the tits you work for in the Scions.
Okay. I'm just like...
Or just like an army of Lalafell.
Yeah, oh god.
An army of Lalafell. I don't know that.
Or Lazy Steven, or whatever the name of that world boss is. The giant plant.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they're just waiting to be at 15 now so they can show that dude into
Yeah,
it.
probably.
Because they
What's
know.
his name?
Nox.
Noctis? Noct or something. Like, Knight. Just because he's German.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because whatever.
I want them to, whatever they add, take out Lightning, because she's a humorless bitch.
I enjoy the way Lightning plays, so.
Okay, fine. Keep her playstyle, but god damn it, her character just, I hate her.
Yeah, I think you just roundabout said I enjoyed 13's combat system.
You want to comment on that further, Bob?
Mike.
13-2 did it right.
With all the slutty costumes, is that what we're talking about? Or
No, that's
That
13-3.
God damn it. God damn 13.
Keep up, Aggro. Jeez.
All right. But regardless, yeah, I like the city. It's good times.
It is. It is greatest times. Oh hey, I was gonna say something about 9 and 8.
Right.
I think the problem was the source of inspiration from 7 was really lacking with 8 and 9. So it would have been great if someone could have come along, gone up to Hironobu Sakaguchi, that is
Yes.
Yeah.
okay, and killed his mom again, so that like, we could have had another great Final Fantasy game.
We did it.
Fuck, man!
Did you not know, or what? That just seems like
Was it? Was it?
2 plus
was
2.
It, was it his mom who died, or
Yeah.
okay? For some reason I was like caught between it was him or the main guy. Or
No, it
the
was
artist.
totally Tetsuya.
Yeah.
He's like, I drew Cloud Extra anime because my mom's dead. Well, she didn't beat you enough. So that's why you drive.
So that's what I'm playing. Dr. Aggro, what have you been playing?
I've
been playing
I've been playing a game I rarely play, which is be less offensive than Dan.
Wow.
Fuck, man.
Hey, man.
You remember that part in 9 where no one said something really horrible? That was great.
I know, right?
I know,
Even
that
when they
intro.
did kill that one chick's mom.
It's true. That did happen. And they laughed about it.
Huh.
The only thing I can remember is when Zidane groped Garnet. That's it. It's like, soft. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all of 9.
That's
It's
pretty
all
awesome.
downhill from there
Honestly,
after that.
fucking
Tail sword.
darn it. She shows up in the white mage's robe. And like,
Yeah.
it's years later when I play other Final Fantasies, I'm like, oh, I get it.
It's good. Yes.
That was a great reference.
And of course, the best thing that my brother started doing was like, all right, I need to not be Garnet anymore. I need to be named something. What's this called? A dagger? I know what I'll be called. You'll be called Garnet. And you'll like it.
Yeah, I did it the first time. I'm like, that's retarded. You're not doing that to my game. You only notice every now and then when someone's like, what's your name? Garnet. What's your real name? Garnet.
All right.
What have you been playing, Aggro?
I was on vacation. I went to a con. I played
You
Mahjong.
Played
can,
life.
You can tell us about Mahjong and the con.
Well, there's Mahjong,
Okay.
which Mahjong honestly represents. It's like when you first start playing an MMO.
Yeah.
And you look at general chat, and people, you know that other people understand what they're saying,
Yeah.
but every third word is just some made up bullshit,
Here I thought it was a League of Legends syndrome.
right?
Everyone's a fucking dick ready to punch you in the throat for something you did wrong, apparently.
No, that's when you start scoring hands in tournaments. That's when you fucked up.
Yeah.
But I just, like, we get through a couple of rounds, and I'm like, I think I pretty much get the basic mechanics here. And the guy's like, cool. Now, remember, when you're South Sea on the third hand, you can't call cheese. You can only call pongs and kongs. And when you pong to pull off the dead wall, you got to remember that you don't sumo. It's called ron, and then you put down for a mahjong. And I'm like, okay. I know you think you just explained something to me. But, so these are mahjong tiles, I hear.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool
it's
story.
just it's one of those games where it's really a simple game, but the scoring of it is so ludicrously ass backwards complicated. Like everything's worth points, but sometimes things aren't worth points, and it's worth double points if this or if you're the dealer. And apparently, like the scoring system is extremely competitive because you all start with points, and you take points from other players. So, like, if Bob lays down a tile that I use, it's called a hit, and I take points from him. And if he's the dealer, I get more points because fuck you.
Fair enough.
And if it's Thursday, double points.
And it's a game like where I get to say like,
Oh no,
like
it's
Red
Dissidia!
Dragon all the time.
Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I played Dissidia for an hour once.
Really?
Long enough to learn that just spam the ranged button. That was working for me at my level of play. That's how I play Armored Core 2.
Like I like how like in Dissidia, how the gameplay looks level 1 to 20 is absolutely nothing like 90 to 100.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, this battle's been going forever. Man, these guys must be really good. No, they're level 10 to 20.
They are doing like 3 damage.
Yeah.
Each time they hit.
I mean, they
You
did
have 800
They
health.
did an amazing hit back there for over 100 damage. Wow. Okay. And then it's like, okay, Eric, let's play with our level 100s. Ugh! And then the match is over in 15 seconds. Okay, best out of 17 because otherwise it's not going to last as long.
I forgot I do 8 million damage. Whoops.
I forgot laser. Oh, it was great. Fucking okay. So Bartz is in the game. Bartz is from which one?
5.
5. Okay, he's from one of the 2 I have absolutely no. So in any case, so Bartz is in it, and Bart's pickup abilities is his sort of thing. So he gets random abilities, like his progression system. He just gets moves that other people have, and fucking I'm like, Laguna's level 100, and I know why, because Laguna's a fucking dick. He has this giant laser gun that he pulls out really fast and just swipes vertically with. And that's his HP dealing, damage dealing move. And I was like, why is Bart so high level? And I pull out Bart's in a match with Eric, and then I'm like, same move. And I'm like, oh, that's right, he's got that, and even cheaper shit.
See, I seem to remember a Luminous Shard, where he just tosses a disc of light that's Cecil's move from 4. And just, here's a beam of light that just tracks you forever.
By your powers combined, I am like
Captain
8 for $1.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, me and you reached the Dragon's Crown endgame pretty much.
Yeah,
I guess
did you
we
get
could
to level 99 during?
I have not yet.
Okay, so what happened with Dragon's Crown recently, and I think we've covered this a bit in the past, is they added a 4th difficulty, and then some crazy fucking shit of like, 99 used to be the level cap, now it's 255 on that 4th level of difficulty, and every single stage is scaled to 255. So if you walk in, you get crazy experience per enemy, but you're gonna fucking die. So on level 99, on the 3rd difficulty, there's this bottomless pit called the Labyrinth of Chaos. And weirdly enough, you don't know it's bottomless until you get to level 10 of it, floor 10 or floor 9, one or the other. And you get an item called the Soul of Something. And if you carry that item, and this is when the game just goes off the deep end of, we're not going to explain shit to you. We don't owe you a damn thing.
Yes.
This item will just make you stronger the deeper you go down into that hell. So one of the trophies is do 10,000 damage in one hit. You do that by getting all the way down to level 60 of this son of a bitch. And each of these floors is multiple levels long, like 2 or 3. I think it's 2. And they're full bosses and everything, and they're randomly generated. It's fucking crazy. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why would I ever... I just want to go to the higher difficulty. Goes to the higher... I'm back already. That was really quick.
That was quick, and I was wrong, cool. And I'm sorry. Can I sleep on the couch?
It was cool that I killed 2 dudes and got 16,000 score, which is a lot of experience, but goddamn, I want to be able to finish a level and party rock the countryside to gain all these levels, because I'm so swole. But yeah, so did I miss anything there? I think that basically summarized all the madness.
Right, and then for some reason there's a second one of those weird things.
On the 4th difficulty.
Yeah, on the 4th difficulty.
Which also has different items, because each of these floors has an item tailored to your character.
This one makes you weaker as you go down. This one makes you greener as you go down.
Dude, I'm ready for that. Like, if the game did that, I'd be like, that is completely flush with all the mechanics so far.
I am super green.
Nothing stands out here.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus. I think I'm changing color.
Nah. Is
that normal?
This has got to be your TV.
I will never forget just pointing his his face at the camera, and I'm like, Dan, was I this blue before?
Right?
I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this, you guys.
I feel woozy.
I'm gonna lie down for a minute.
Falls over in
I didn't
slow-mo.
even like that bitch anyway.
It's more of an obligation thing.
God, I can't remember what we were watching, but I had to pause and I turned to the girl I was with and I said, okay, pro tip. If someone or anything promises that it can bring your dead girlfriend back to life, it is lying to you.
Yeah. Especially if it's Hideo Kojima. I can do it. Really? No.
Why are you asking
Yes.
me?
No.
No, she fell in over-oxygenated water or whatever the fuck it was.
And unfortunately, she wasn't a vampire full of nanomachines, so.
But like this is the thing. The game's talking directly to you. Player, this is the thing that will finally kill him, we promise. 4 rolls around. Here's something you need to know about Daddy. Daddy lies.
Like, I still bitterly hate 4 because it ended up being their servers instead of Ghost Mecha JFK. Like, in all of these things that were in the script for 2, that was clearly what he was thinking when he wrote those lines. You know, because they're in the script. Just thrown out completely. There's tons of that shit. I only caught the shit at the end with, like, JFK and bullshit like that. Early on, there's even crazier stuff and really exciting things that would have been fantastic if they took it into 4. But then they realized, like, you know how the Phantom Pain's trailer went with the crazy flame whale and all that madness, and everyone's like, wow, this isn't Metal Gear Solid. Like a lot of people could really buy that wasn't, even though it was. You know all the people who were just like, that's stupid. You guys are idiots for drawing these lines here and thinking this is Metal Gear Solid. And we're like, you don't know that motherfucker named Hideo Kojima.
That was my
do you?
reaction, like, it can't be Metal Gear. I'm like, no, it's anything's fucking possible.
This man is fucking Walt Disney made of acid.
Show me a trailer for the next Animal Crossing game, and I will not be convinced it's not a Metal Gear game until, like, Kojima makes another Metal Gear game.
So,
You live in a terrifying world.
like, as cool as 2 is with that script and stuff and knowing those things and being like, oh man, 2 is awesome, hilarious, over the top, like crazy, fucking crazy, and 4 backpedals that's bad enough. I can't imagine being one of the few people on the internet who actually believes the whole game, 2, including that end segment, was VR. Like, they took the you don't know what's real and what's not real and cranked it up to like 17 of like, none of the game was real. It's like, that's not exciting. That's lame. Why do you think that's so amazing in your head? That's fucking stupid.
I don't know. But
This
yeah,
is
that
Assassin's
is
Creed.
a
What
prevalent
the
thing I hear, that the whole thing was VR.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I think the message here is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, it doesn't matter is something you have to keep telling yourself when playing Kojima games these days.
Yeah.
Because I remember when 4 came out, it's like, it's all this descended bullshit and over-symbolized and all the shit that happened with the writing in 4. And it's just, you know, every now and then you had to take someone by the hand and slowly go, let me tell you a story about a man named Anno.
Yeah. Guess what I've been playing? Nothing. I'm blind.
I was about to say blindness.